is WSLS 10 at 11.
Hokie Nation is really strong.
Now at 11, a day of remembrance. The entire nation joins hands with the Virginia Tech community, showing signs of solidarity. How the lives of the 32 victims of an on-campus shooting are being honored 9 years later. But first, we're following a developing story out of Pulaski County tonight. Good evening, and thank you for staying up with us for WSLS 10 at 11. I'm Erin Brookshire. Firefighters tell us a big brush fire on Draper Mountain is now contained. However, crews continue to battle the flames tonight. I've been touching base with the Pulaski County Fire Department throughout the evening. We're told the fire started between 3 and 4 o'clock this afternoon. Smoke from the fire could be seen from Interstate 81. Firefighters from Pulaski, New Bern, Dublin, and Draper all on scene, as well as the Department of Forestry. Backfires have been set in an effort to control the blaze. However, the fire is expected to be put out sometime overnight. We'll continue to bring you the latest information as it comes into our newsroom, and when we're not on air, you can always stay updated on our website, WSLS.com. A Goodview man has died after a single vehicle accident in Bedford County this afternoon. According to Virginia State Police, it happened just before 2:30 on Route 616. A 1996 Honda Civic being driven by Caleb Drury ran off the road and hit several trees. Investigators say the 25-year-old was not wearing a seatbelt and died at the scene. A 12-year-old was in the car as well. Troopers say he was taken to ROANOKE Memorial Hospital for treatment. The investigation there is still ongoing. State police investigating what caused a deadly crash in Russell County. Investigators say it happened just before 11 o'clock this morning on New Garden Road. Troopers say 44-year-old Christopher Amos of Cleveland, Virginia, ran off the road, hit an embankment, and flipped several times, hitting a fence and a barn. He died at the scene. Police say Amos was not wearing a seatbelt. Lynchburg police continue searching for a man they say is considered armed and dangerous tonight. Authorities say 36-year-old Donnell Lamont Miller is wanted in connection to an overnight shooting. Police say they found 18-year-old Keenan Johnson suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in the 3200 block of Maryland Avenue just before 9 o'clock Friday night. Multiple warrants have been filed for Miller, including malicious wounding. Johnson was taken to Lynchburg General Hospital for treatment of his injuries. If you have any information about the incident, call police. Today marks 9 years since a tragic shooting on the campus of Virginia Tech. Hokies, alumni, and people all across the nation took time today to remember the 32 students and faculty members who were killed in the attack. In Charlottesville, the UVA Beta Bridge is painted maroon and orange tonight with the message, "Who's for Hokies?" April 16, 2007. And in the state capitol, 32 bells rang at the Virginia Capitol Square bell tower in honor of the 32 victims. The father of Colin Goddard, a former Virginia Tech student who was shot 4 times but survived, attended the ceremonial events today. Andrew Goddard says he's pushing for tighter gun control laws.
The reward is thinking that if we can save some other family from having to go through what we went through, or worse still, what other families had to go through, then it's worth every second.
Now, as this day of remembrance draws to a close, WSLS 10's Christina Craig has a look at some of the remembrance events in Blacksburg.
We saw a show of orange and maroon support. About 10,300 runners laced up to participate in Virginia Tech's 5K. It's 3.2 miles to represent the 32 lives taken on April 16th. 2007. Before the run, events began at midnight with the lighting of the ceremonial candle at the April 16th memorial site. Now guarded by members of the Virginia Tech Corps of Cadets, the flame will burn throughout the day, representing the commitment to never forget.
Although this day was such a tragedy, 9 years ago, it actually brought our community together.
I think that people from all over come just to remember the tragedy that occurred here. We met some folks from North Carolina who drove up for the day for this, and they'll be driving back afterwards.
Organizers and runners said this is a way to bring fellow Hokies together in support of the Blacksburg community and to honor the lives taken that day 9 years ago. After the run, a community picnic was held on the drill field. The lunch fed thousands thanks to generous donations from Domino's, Kroger's, and the school Student Government Association. In studio, I'm Christina Craig, WSLS 10.
Thanks, Christina. Virginia Tech also released a time-lapse video from this morning. Before taking off for the run in remembrance, those who attended the ceremony formed a giant orange ribbon on the drill field. You see it there. More than 10,000 runners were signed up to take part in today's event. Meanwhile, more than 70 people attend a vigil for 10 families of missing people across our region. Help Save the Next Girl hosted Roanoke Remembers at Woodlawn United Methodist Church. During tonight's vigil, Jill and Dan Harrington promised to keep faith for these families, two of which have not seen their loved ones since 1977. We're following breaking news out of Ecuador tonight. A 7.8 magnitude earthquake has killed at least 28 people there. That's according to the country's vice president. Now, he says the quake is the strongest to shake Ecuador in decades. Meanwhile, a helicopter crash in Baltimore sparks a brush fire. Police say 3 workers were hurt when a helicopter carrying workers inspecting power lines went down near Baltimore-Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport. Amtrak service was briefly impacted along a major passenger route there, but service has since been restored. No word yet on what caused the crash. Meanwhile, police in Maryland still trying to figure out a motive for a deadly shooting that killed a firefighter Friday night. 13-year veteran firefighter John Olmschneider is dead, and 19-year volunteer firefighter Kevin Swain is in serious condition but expected to survive. The firefighters were responding to a call for medical help when the shooting happened. Police say they forced entry into a home in Temple Hills because the person inside was unresponsive. That's when a gunman inside fired several rounds, hitting the 2 firefighters and the person who called for help. The shooter is said to be in police custody. Pentagon officials say the U.S. has released 9 prisoners from Guantanamo Bay to be sent to Saudi Arabia for resettlement. None of the Yemeni men had been charged, and all but one had been cleared for release since at least 2010. One was approved for release by a review board in 2015. The prisoners could not be sent to their homeland because of instability there. Defense Secretary Ash Carter plans to talk with his commanders during the coming days to establish new ways the U.S. can intensify the fight against ISIS. During a visit to U.S. forces in the Persian Gulf, Carter said stepping up efforts against ISIS in Iraq and Syria could include additional airstrikes, cyber attacks, and American boots on the ground. Carter said he's confident that the White House would approve his suggestions.
Cyber, space, the whole weight of our military, and by the way, a lot of good coalition friends and partners, is in the fight. And that's why I'm confident we'll win.
Now, it's unclear whether Carter's request would force approval of a higher cap on troop levels in Iraq. That's now set at 3,780. North Carolina's Republican governor and Democratic attorney general are struggling to find common ground on a controversial new bathroom law. The law bans transgender people from using public restrooms that do not match the gender on their birth certificate. It also limits anti-discrimination protections for the LGBT community. Attorney General Roy Cooper says the law could hurt schools if it costs the state federal funding under Title IX. Meanwhile, Governor Pat McCrory says it will prevent student privacy violations.
Federal funds are at risk with House Bill 2, as well as good-paying jobs and our economy. The governor and the House and Senate need to get rid of it.
This is not about discrimination. It's about common sense etiquette. And I'm going to fight for that common sense etiquette.
Governor McCrory is set to appear on Meet the Press tomorrow. This morning, hundreds of racers lined up their tennis shoes to take on the toughest road marathon in America. The Foot Levelers Blue Ridge Marathon features more than 7,400 feet of elevation change as runners conquer Mill Mountain, the Blue Ridge Parkway, and Peakwood. Meanwhile, another popular Star City event continues right now. It's the last night of the Down by Downtown Musical Festival. Over the past 3 days, more than 50 bands and musicians have taken the stage at restaurants throughout downtown Roanoke, but the fun all comes to an end in just a few hours. Meanwhile, the race for the White House heats up. What the top contenders on both sides of the aisle are up to ahead of Tuesday's primary in the Empire State.